Namaste programs, welcome back to my epic bush trip, if you want to call it that, from France to Australia. Last we landed in Genoa, and now we want to do leg 3. Let's see if we can find somewhere. Is this going to be close enough, far enough? 30 minutes, that'll do. That'll do, why not? Let's find if there's anything else we can have a look at. Are there any points of interest? None, apparently. Alright, well, let's actually then, let's see, what have we got along here? What have we got along on the coast that's quite interesting? Let's try and stay away from the mountains for now. Let's go Portofino, and then Lavagna. We'll probably go along the coast though. Moneglia. And I don't know, that's still following the coast pretty well. We're gonna have a little dip this way, so let's go, what's this here? Massa Sincale Airport. Just add as that. How's that looking? Yeah, it's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. On our way to, what is this? Pisa. The Pisa. Do you know what a Pisa? Let's go. Alright, how are we looking here? I found another livery. It's basically black. It's almost zebra stripe. It looks pretty cool. Let's go with that. Let's take off. From Genoa on our next leg here. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to try to go down to the bottom of Italy, then maybe jump over to Africa, because I've already done the Balkans bush trip, but that ended in Greece, so I've already sort of done that kind of scenery, and I haven't done any of the African stuff, so I reckon that's not a bad idea. Our flaps up. Look at this livery. It's beautiful.
Rover Alpha 11 continue for east departure.
Thank you. I definitely will. I haven't got the autopilot dealing with the radio right now. Maybe I should. Have a look at Genoa here. Pretty big town. Oh, alright, I'll answer you. There we go. Now let's get the autopilot to do that. The co-pilot. Alright, now we want 110 for 5 minutes 4 seconds on our way to Portofino. I actually wrote it down this time. Though I can't read my own handwriting. I have typed it up onto a notepad here, but I'm not sure I've actually written it. So we went Portofino, Lavagna, Meneglia, Massa Cinquante or something? And then Pisa is where we're arriving. Alright, I reckon this is a good enough height. Let's go to 90% power. And down to, what is it? 403. Start at 5%.
Approach Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 is type Diamond DA 62.4 miles east of Genoa 2,100 feet. Request, flight following. Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 approach. Squawk 6564. Squawk 6564 Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Good work, co-pilot. Thank you.
Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 radar contact 5 miles east of Genoa 2,100 feet.
Alright, enough chatting.
Roger, Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Go. Let's have a look at the beautiful Mediterranean. Look at that thing on the water there. What is that? Look at this livery though. It's awesome. Kind of curved Roman looking building there. Say goodbye to Genoa. Thank you. Thank you for painting my plane while I was sleeping. Have a quick look down there. See if Africa's close, which it isn't. Nope. But yeah, I'm thinking, you know, North Africa, over to you know, the bottom of Israel, Jordan, head through the stands. We'll see. There's a long way to go. There's, you know, I don't know how long it would take in a straight line in a jumbo jet. It would presumably take about, I think it's 20 hours. 24 hours maybe. I forget now what Sydney to London is. They did it once or twice. They've got rid of it because it's way too long. But so in a plane that's going, I don't know, a tenth of that, and certainly not in a straight line, my estimate would be like, I don't know, 40 hours? Gonna take, what would it be, 80 episodes? Seems a bit... We'll see how we go. We'll see if we make it. We're gonna do half an hour each day, unless there's something else to do for the channel. Some other game I want to play, or another bush trip comes out. Yeah, long-term project, this one. We'll just keep coming back to it when a slot on the schedule is available. Right now there's nothing to play. I'm playing a lot of Battlefield 2042, really enjoying that. I know people are hating on it, but I don't know, it's fun. I find it fun. What do you want? I tried Halo Infinite multiplayer yesterday. Yeah, I mean, Halo is obviously it's a huge thing. I was a huge Marathon fan, Bungie's previous game to the Halo franchise, and Halo to me was always a disappointment because it was meant to be Marathon 3, and then they rejigged it when they got bought from Microsoft. And while I played, I think all the way up to 3, I never played 4, the campaigns, and I very rarely played the multiplayer. It just never really did it for me, Halo multiplayer. I know it's considered one of the best out there, but I just find it, I don't know, I guess the time to kill is just too slow for me. I don't like this sitting there spending 13, 14 seconds trying to kill someone, you know, throw a grenade, fire a bunch of headshots, throw another grenade, try to get close the distance, a couple more headshots, melee, boom, they're dead. That's fun for about 5 minutes for me, and then I'm bored out of my mind. Alright, so this little peninsula here is Portofino. But I might, I'm not sure if Halo Campaign is going to be on the Game Pass. If it isn't, I'll have to think about it, because I don't think I want to buy it. It'll almost certainly end up on the Game Pass eventually. And I never played 4 or 5, Reach. You know, I'd want to play those campaigns first. I've always had that on the list of things to do. I just haven't done it. There's just not enough time in the world. Alright, here we are. Custom marker. I put down here somewhere. Portofino, little town over there. We'll start turning towards, what is it? 86 degrees. Towards Lavagna. Presumably that town over there. What do we got to look at? What do we... Park Milan Centre. Oh, that might have been Portofino just in there. And that little, what do you call it? A little, alcove. Cove, I guess. Continue as planned. So, on our way to Lavagna. I wish you could name the things in the navlog instead of them just saying custom. I wish I could. Look, what I want to is be able to do bush trips, you know, and set them up in the actual game as a leg where you Even put in like, you know, text and stuff like that, like the bush trips have. If we could make our own bush trips, that would be awesome. So this is Lavagna, home of the lasagna. He lied. What if lasagna, well, lasagna must be a place, right? Most foods are named after a place. Maybe it means the softness or something. Lasagna. What does that mean? Sagna. Don't know. Sang. S-A-N-G in, I think, Latin and French is both blood, so maybe it's the bloody. Alright, now we want to go to Moneglia, which is 119 degrees for 2 minutes 42. See what the map's saying. Yeah, yes, very nice, very nice. Surely these maps here, you must be able to put town names on. Surely. I mean, imagine you're lost or something, and that's, well, I guess if that's working, you're not lost, are you? But imagine you're talking to ATC and they're, I don't know, they're saying you're 5 miles west of Milan. Right, well, I don't want to have to get my paper map out and figure out where Milan is. Why wouldn't I just want to be able to find it on the electronic map? Car GPSs are the same. They don't well, some of them might, but the ones I've used certainly don't. Is this our next waypoint? No, not yet. Don't know what town this is. Didn't write it down. The next one we're heading to is Moneglia. There's a cute little town nestled amongst the mountains and the sea. Cool. Oh, football field! That's what we like to see. All sort of good old-fashioned Roman-style, red-roofed Mediterranean housing. And then all of a sudden industrial area. God, you're pissed off if you're these people here, right? You've had a nice, beautiful house there, and then they went and built all this shit next to you. How dare they? At least it's not raining today, right? Though, right? I've been meaning to say. Much nicer weather right now. We're coming up to our next custom point in this little bay over the hill here. So this is Moneglia. Such a treat to be able to see. Wow, is that the main, well, mainland, but the main leg of the boot of Italy over there? Are they islands? Interesting. We are getting close to that side of the, in fact, Pisa is on that side, so there we go. We're about to get off the top of the boot, whatever you call that bit. The thigh, I guess. Alright, Moneglia. Looks like it's a beach town. It's got some beachy things where people can sit and look at the water. You know, chairs, I guess is the word I'm looking for when I say beachy things. 1:15 for 11:15. We're just following the coast now until we get to Massa Sincale Airport, which is actually showing up as a name on the navlog, which is nice, because I wrote it down as Massa Cinquante because I couldn't read my writing at all. There you go. I always had terrible handwriting, and then, you know, 35 years of using a computer instead of writing things down now is basically ruined any chance whatsoever that I could read my own handwriting. Alright, everything looking okay, I think. Just enjoy our next 10 minutes or so. Look at all these cute little towns on the Mediterranean. None of them have decided to take over the hills, though. This was Norway, they would have. Very bumpy area. Lots of mountains right on the water. Let's check I'm higher than this one. Definitely are. I'm not sure I'm higher than there. I'm probably higher than those ones over there, so we should be okay. I'm going to follow the coast anyway, rather than cut the corner. Hello, little town. What's going on there? What's that, a house on the hill, or is it a lighthouse, or is it just the algorithm has just gone and lost its mind? It is at the beginning of a breakwater there. Interesting. I wonder what that is. I guess it's just a house on the side of the cliff face there. More little towns. The roads into these are not along the coast. I find that interesting too when that happens. These sort of little secluded coves, and in fact if you're just driving, I'm presuming there's like a big road out there. Actually, the only road seems to be on the hill here. And that's interesting as well. So to get to this place you have to go along this sort of mountainous road and then duck down, and then suddenly there's a town there. You just wouldn't know it was there if you were sort of coming from anywhere. You'd have to know it was there to even get there. Nice and secluded. Now you might say that's the same of anywhere, because, you know, if you're driving along a road in the, you know, Western Australia, you're not going to see a beach place in Eastern Australia. But, you know, if you're driving along the highway, along the coast, for example, or a coastal road, you're going to go through all the little towns. Whereas here, you're not. You're going to miss all the little towns because they're... What's going on with this hill here? The Illuminati have taken over. Or maybe they're doing olives. Or maybe grapes. I think it's probably the lizard people, though. And the truck driving on the trees there. That's probably illegal. I shall get the authorities onto you, sir. You will not be climbing trees with trucks today. I mean, you know, some of these you might only be able to get to by boat, these little towns. Little villages. Look at this one over here. Oh, this little sneaky little one. Little bunch on the hill here. And then down to the water where there's just a couple of little houses. Oh, you're a sneaky bunch of things. Yes, you are. I don't know what the algorithm's doing there. I don't think there's a bridge there, really. Oh, there might be a tunnel, actually. Wow. Crazy bridge there to get to this little town. Guessing there is a road there. There you go. Well, that coastal road's going past these little towns. If you're on that one, you'd find out about these towns. No whackers, no worries. This whole face of the hill has been dedicated to farming. That's just a cliff, though. It's just a cliff. What are they doing? Mountain goats? What's going on here? Right, we can cut the corner here. I doubt there's much down on the end of that peninsula. Big resort kind of hotel building there. Another tunnel through the mountain here. On our way to a big town. We're going to head down to the big town. Have a look at it. Got a bit of rain off there in the distance, just a solitary cloud or two raining on a few unfortunate souls, or fortunate if you're my way of thinking. I love rain. But, you know, culturally, you're meant to say people are miserable if it's raining. Don't quite understand that theory, but hey. Bunch of footy fields, go and play your football. Now this isn't Yeah, well, this isn't Massa yet. Massa is a town. Massa Singquale, whatever it is. Sincale. I believe Massa is the name of the actual town. This is just another big town along the way. Look at this Central Park here. Lots of greenery. I love to see it. When I visit places, that's the first thing I do. I go for a walk and see if I can find some big greenery parks. So that gives you the soul of a place. Big boat docks with shipping containers galore. Another football field. Of course, Italy is extremely into soccer, football. So you'd expect to see that. They play a fair bit of rugby as well. So the rectangular fields should be very plentiful, and are, as we've seen so far. Let's cut over this little hill here and have a look at this bit of the town, or extra. Well, it's probably another town. There's a mountain in the road, so it's probably not the same town, different name. It's getting rained on right now. Let's go have a look at it. Follow this river for a bit. A tiny little swimming pool there. What you doing with a swimming pool? There's a river just up. Well, I guess you don't swim in rivers unless, especially this far down river. It would have picked up all of the junk all along the way. So why not have a swimming pool? Good little airport there. Is that, no, that's not Massa Airport. That's not where we're up to yet. It's LIQW. Look at the rain and then the big mountains over there. Oh, it's amazing. Again, another place where you could basically be swimming in the morning and skiing in the evening. You know, obviously not all year round. And perhaps the swimming morning is in summer and the skiing evening is in winter, but you know, you wouldn't have to go far for either. Good place to live if you're into living by the ocean and or in the mountains. I think, well, look, I'm someone who likes to live near the sea, and also I love mountains, so, you know, maybe one day we find a place like that somewhere on the planet. Alright, hello whoever you are. LIQW Airport. There's a thing that says Saz there. I don't know if that tells me what town it is. Probably not. It's probably just random letters for a radio beacon. Definitely got snow. Look at that. It's like the rain has just decided to be on that one tiny little part of the hill, the mountain there. What are you doing, rain? What are you doing? Definitely plenty of people living here. Look at this. It's just all the way up into the valley there, all the way to the base of the mountain. Genius. Brilliant. Love it. Very green section of this city, or maybe it's now a new city, even though it's all being connected. All different names, no doubt. All part of one larger metropolis, I guess. Don't know what it's called. didn't look at the map that carefully enough. Honestly, don't really care. Just like looking at the place. Round field there. Or is it a stadium of some sort? Yeah, don't know what is going on there. It doesn't look like a... Good work, Wizz Air. I mean, it's cute that the air traffic control starts talking to other airplanes, you know, and that's probably a real flight from the real flight database. But they don't respond. So, I mean, if we were in a real plane and air traffic control said, Wizz Air, please do whatever, we would hear Wizz Air respond. But so why bother having it, the ATC part of it, and not the response part of it? It's a little bit weird. Alright, now, if we just head over to the right here a little bit, is Massa Cinquale Airport. Cinquale Airport. Is that it there, the brown thing? Yeah, it is. I guess that's an airport. Fair enough. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Good day.
Going to 126.08 Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Pisa approach. That is where we're headed. Alright, we're on our final segment. Continue as planned. So yeah, 146 for about 8 minutes along the coast here. And we will arrive at our next destination of Pisa. I'm surprised that the Tower of Pisa wasn't a point of interest. But such is life. Perhaps it's not even put into the game, so it would look a little bit weird. Don't know what the algorithm would do to that. Probably turn it into a grain silo or something. We've got a forest here in the middle of everything. What secrets does this forest hold? And there's got a few houses right in the middle of it too. Weird. Weird. And a river as well. I guess that's just a, you know, park slash forest that you can visit. Bit like, what is it? Shit, I can't think of the name. In Paris there's a Ardennes forest, I think it is. There's a forest in the middle of Paris. Like an actual forest. But I mean, when you get to ground level, we've got a bunch of paths and things through it. You can... It's not a park, it's definitely a forest, but... It's interesting. And good on them for keeping it around. How many houses there are here right on there. Look at every little... These little restaurants and things that are up on the beach. Madness. Found out where all the beachgoers go in Italy. Right here, apparently. That is a lot of people. What's that circular thing? Lizard people again. You can't avoid them. Uh-oh, we're going to head into rain again. Well, we learnt yesterday that we can pretty much land the plane with no visibility. That was something I've never actually done in real life. And pretty much I don't think I've done in this game either. I think maybe I was talking the other day about when it first came out there was a hurricane you could go visit. I think I did go look at the hurricane and then came back and landed on whatever tiny island was nearest to the hurricane, and yeah, it was pretty rough. The winds were terrible, and so. But yeah, I don't remember it being quite that low visibility like we had yesterday, where it wasn't until we were nearly landed that I could finally see the runway. But fortunately, we've got our computer here that does it all for you. Well, doesn't at least shows you what to look at. I assume you can, I've never tried it, I assume you could just do this and land the plane on that. I I'd rather look out the window and do it, but... yeah. It's definitely an interesting experience. And here we go again. We've caught up with the storm from yesterday. There's a big reservoir here with all its marshlands and things. Maybe it's just a natural lake. It looks more like it's almost like a lagoon, really. It's so close to the sea. It's probably salt water. Possibly. Interesting question that I'll never know the answer to. But I will ponder the question anyway, as is my wont. As I'm sure you've realised I do constantly now. Excellent, excellent. Very pretty looking area here. Well, if you like farms, different colours and things. Probably would be prettier if it was all just untouched, natural landscape, but what are you going to do? Humans be humans. I think it's probably time to trim down just a little bit. In fact, just a tad, and we'll power down to 80%. Just so that we start a nice casual descent. We can't be too far away from Pisa now. There must be an airport down here somewhere. Is it actually raining? No, not on the windscreen yet. It's more just sort of a misty fog, I guess. Alright, that'll do. Let's keep it at 80% though. We'll trim back up a bit. Big estate farm underneath us there. Oh, and a racetrack. Hello, racetrack. Oh, and like this must be part of this. What do they do? Drag racing there or something. What's going on? Alright, I feel like there is a... Is this the airport in front of us? LIRP, that's it. Alright, so we need to come round to the right a bit. Oh, there it is. Look, it's gigantic. It's suggesting on the thing that I curve round to the left, so I guess I'm landing on this runway like that. Get over here, get into the downwind leg. Lower down a bit. You can probably start thinking about getting flaps on and whatnot while we wait for ATC to tell us which runway we're supposed to land on. Flaps down, gears down. Trim right back up to what, 88 or 11% will do. Good enough. Welcome to Pisa. Can we see where the main town is? Surely there's a large town around Pisa, surely. Surely. All these tourists coming to look at their... Oh, is that it over there? That's the town of Pisa over there, maybe? Used in a bit too much height. IMO. There we go. Now we come along this leg here. Marvellous, marvellous. Are you going to start talking to ATC, please, co-pilot? I guess I'm going to land on the right one because it's got the lights at the moment. So, is that a clue? Is that a clue? Guess it's going to wait until I'm basically heading towards it. Doesn't think the game hasn't figured out that I'm coming into land. Let's not stall it just yet. Football fields! Football fields! Big airport. For what doesn't seem like a particularly large town. I've definitely got a crosswind going on here. Right, that's good enough. Well, we never bothered to talk to air traffic control. Good work, co-pilot. No, that's too much. That's better. I like this plane because it's easy to land, although we're actually about to... Oh, no, I was going to say we're about to stall, but it went alright. It went alright. Welcome to Pisa. That was leg 3 of the Frau bush trip, FR to AU. Not a bush trip, just trip home, I guess, what you'd call it. For me, that's what I'm doing. Zombie apocalypse has happened and I'm trying to fly back to Australia. That's what we're doing. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.